Valleyvalentina. And for those of you that are existing friends, hi and welcome back. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys a story time of my labor and delivery with my son Andrew. I had my son Andrew in 2017. I decided to do this video for upcoming moms that are about to deliver their kids, or if you're just interested, because why not? Anyways, so let's start. His due date was given to me, and it was supposed to be November 13th. That's the day he was supposed to be born. He actually ended up coming in November 15th. And let's begin with the story. Night, me and his dad started nesting, which means we started to clean things out, figure out where his things were. I did his diaper bag and everything. And I was laying in bed, and I remember I got up, and once I got up, I literally felt him drop. Like when they say you feel the head go down. Yeah, I felt him drop. And I remember calling my mom and telling her, hey, like, I think my son just dropped. Like, is that normal? Because my pelvic bone literally felt like if I did a wrong turn, like, it was all gonna fall out. And yeah, that happened like around 9. Then Monday was supposed to be when he was supposed to be be here. At that point, I couldn't sleep, so I didn't feel I felt really uncomfortable. So I was like, you know what, whatever. Like tomorrow, I have an appointment, so my OGBYN can see me, and everything's gonna be fine. He's gonna come. He made it 40 weeks. Like he literally did make it to 40 weeks, and I remember that morning I got up, I took a shower, got ready. We got in the car and we were heading to my OGBY appointment. And when we literally got out of the neighborhood, I started realizing that I was getting like sharp pains. So my dramatic self started, I had downloaded an app and I started timing myself. And I was like, oh my God. And I started seeing them frequently, like every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes. And I was like, holy crap. So we got there, whatever. She was telling me, like, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel good. She's like, okay, you can just go back home. Like, everything's going to be okay. But then I ended up telling her, I was like, look, I'm getting contractions and they're 5 minutes apart and I've been logging them. And I showed her the app. And she saw it. And she was like, okay, like, let me check. And I was like, cool, whatever. So she stepped out. Obviously came in. She came in. And for those of you that know, this is graphic. She checked, and the way they check is they put their fingers inside of you because you literally dilate to being 10 inches, and I think 10 inches like this big. And what they're doing is they're putting the fingers in to see how much you dilated. And when she did, she was like, oh crap, like you're 2 centimeters dilated. And 2 centimeters dilated is not a lot, but it is something. So she said, hey, like, you need to go to the hospital. I think you're gonna get induced. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, the baby's coming. Like, when you're pregnant, you're so excited. You're like, yes, the baby's coming. Like, the baby's coming, the baby's coming. But I had already had another accident that I was not gonna call anybody and tell them, like, the baby's coming until I knew for sure the baby was coming. So I remember, like, I got off. His dad came back, and I was like, yo, we need to go to the hospital because I'm about to give birth. And I remember the exact same words that his dad said. He said, if you don't give birth today, I'm going to be so mad. And that's because he had a job and whatever. And he had to ask for permission. Top it all off, that man forgot his wallet. So we had to go home, get his wallet, get his bag, and head to the hospital. And while we were at the hospital, literally, I went in, they checked us in, whatever. We had to wait in the waiting room. They finally gave us a room. I was fine. They put me the baby monitor. Everything was fine. And then the lady came and she was like, you know what? I think you should go home. And at this point, I was really pissed because the pain started progressing. And I was like, no. Like, I cannot go home. And she said, because we don't want you to have your kid in the middle of the night. And I was like, girl, if this kid's going to come out the end of the night, the middle of the night, or in the morning, or right now, he's gonna come out and not gonna care what you think. So I was like, okay, can you check me? And she did check me, and she was like, you're 4 centimeters dilated. So she's like, you know what? We should just induce you. And I was like, cool, whatever, great. So they moved me to a room. We're finally there. You know, they're checking me, whatever. Then around 4 is when they ended up popping my water. Which when they pop your water, they literally just lay towels under you, and then they just open you up, and they put like a syringe this big, it's like a hook, and they put it inside there, and they literally like poke it, like they find it with their fingers, and then they poke it, and then all you feel is like if you peed literally, but not that much, like you just feel like a drop, like a balloon, you know, like balloon, yeah, a balloon drop. And yeah, it's a really uncomfortable feeling, but they literally move the towels and whatever, clean you up and whatever. And then they finally induced me and whatever. That knocked me out because I don't take a lot of painkillers or whatever. So that knocked me out right away. I was like for 2 hours. Then I woke up and I wanted more drugs, whatever. And they made me sign an epidural, and I didn't want to take an epidural. And let me tell you, it's fine. It's okay if you want to take an epidural. Like, it's your body. It's what like your body can handle and what you can handle. So anyways, I ended up signing the paper, whatever. The pain started getting like worse and worse and worse and worse. So at that point, I was just like, you know what? I think it was like around 10, 11, and I was like, I'm gonna call my mom, and I'm gonna tell her that I can't take it like a champ, and I need this epidural. And I'm like, I was so disappointed on myself because of the way we as Hispanics make it seem like. So I called my mom and I was like, hey, like, I can't take this pain anymore. I think I'm gonna take the epidural. And I know she could hear like in me that I was like, I had gave it my all. And at this point, like, let me tell you, we were like 12 hours in. Yeah, 12 or 10 when I called her. She's like, it's fine, whatever. And I was like, okay. I literally told the nurse, I was like, give me the epidural, like, I need it. And at this point, I was like around 4 or 5 centimeters still. So you could still get it. Because once it gets to a point, like, I remember, like, I think once it gets to like 7, you can't get it anymore. So they came in, they put it. It didn't hurt. I was just a little scared, like I didn't want to move. It didn't hurt. They just put like a needle in the back, and then they put a little thing in the side, and you just sit there. The one thing that messed me up is once they put it on, what messed me up was when they put the epidural in, my blood pressure went down. And I literally immediately started shaking, and I like started shivering, and I was like, oh my god, the room got really cold. When before they put it in, the room was just fine. Like, it wasn't cold or it wasn't hot. It was just a normal temperature. And I remember like telling the nurse, I need a blanket, I need a blanket. And she brought me a blanket, whatever. Couldn't use a rush. A catheter. A catheter, since they put a catheter inside me, so I wouldn't get up and use the restroom. I had that on. And then the pain was, it got, I could still feel the pain. I mean, from a 10 out of 5, it was like a 7. I could still feel the pain. And basically I kept trying to sleep for a little bit, but it got worse and worse. And I ended up, it was like around 3, I ended up waking up, and the pain started again. I forgot to push the little thing they gave you for the epidural to shoot the medicine. And around, I managed to, I think, sleep for 30 minutes, and then I woke up again. And around 4 in the morning, 5, the pain just got worse and worse. And I remember telling the nurse, like, hey, like, can you check me? And she checked me around 5, and she was like, you're still like an 8, like, don't worry about it. And I was like, what you mean, homegirl? I'm just trying to give birth to this kid and get him out of here. Literally. But anyways, she was like, no, just be patient. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever, I'll be patient. So around 6, I told them like, hey, can you check me because I think the baby's coming. And they don't want to check you all the time because they're like, you can cause bacteria to come in, and that's normal. Like it's an open thing, whatever. I was like, cool, whatever. So at that point I told her, I was like, hey, I need you to go get the midwife because this kid is about to come out. And she looked at me, and she was a nurse, and she's like, no, like, you're gonna have to wait. She's like, because the midwife is dealing with another patient. And I was like, homegirl, I am not gonna wait. Like, you tell that to this kid that no. At this point, we had been like 16 hours into labor. And I was done waiting. And I was like, no, no, no. Like, this kid is gonna come out like now. And she was like, okay. And she's like, let's start. So basically, she just set me down. And I was like in a sitting position. My legs were in a butterfly. And she was like, okay, let's start. And, she had told the midwife and whatever. So we started, and we started pushing and whatever. It literally only took 3 pushes for him to come out. But in the second push, I saw that the midwife came in, and she literally stood behind her and was just like this, looking at her at what she was doing. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, girl, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be delivering this kid, not the nurse? Like, the nurse did not go to school for this. You did. But then I was like, whatever, I'm just keep calm, whatever. I literally pushed one more time, and then that's when the midwife got there and took him out and whatever. And my little blessing came out. After that, they don't tell you that your placenta comes out. So not only are you done pushing, they like literally fill your stomach, and they push on your stomach, and then they tell you, and then they're like, okay, push again, and then you push and your placenta comes out. And yeah, it looks a little gross, but it's gonna happen to everybody that has a kid or wants a kid. Then after that, our son was born. And yeah, that's literally my story. Like, I still remember the pain. Very vividly, I still remember the pain. Yeah, I think that kind of did traumatize me a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. But yeah, anybody who has questions, let me know. If you guys have questions about anything, like, let me know. If you're first time moms and you are curious about something, one advice I do give you is to look at videos, because that was my biggest mistake. I didn't look at videos. I didn't know what was going on because I didn't want to scare myself. Yeah, I was like, no, a kid's about to come out of me, and I just don't want to see it, don't want to look at it. And yeah, I hope that if you're seeing this and you have a kid or is going to have a kid, I hope you have a fast delivery, and I hope that everything goes well. And if you feel like something is not going well, just pray to God, and He has you. And yeah, but that's all, guys, for today. I know I've been a little distant from YouTube. I've been really busy with my life, so I haven't had the time to sit here and talk to you guys. But I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.